What's up, guys? Today I'm bringing you some news on the new Konami tournament that they have. It's called Konami's Tournament Generation Force Duels, and this is going to be on 5 different generations of the duel eras that have ever been out. And we're going to talk about that. Now, what you win in this tournament is a first place, second place, third place, fourth place mat based on the era of the deck you chose. And the first era, you have the classical cards with their original effect. So when you have a Dark Magician of Chaos, this is his new effect. When you get the spell card during end phase, you get his original effect where he gets the spell card as soon as he's gone and summoned. So this is awesome because what we're looking at essentially is an Exodia deck basically, because you get your Pot of Greed and you get a lot of the older spell cards that are maxed out with like Chicken Game and everything. So what you're gonna be essentially like as a draw deck such as Exodia with Spellbook of Judgment also being at 3. This is an amazing card because when it was activated, you would get like 9 cards to your hand just because you use a 60 card deck. It's really awesome. I have 1 copy of this. I just thought I'd show you it because it's really beast. This is going to 3 during the first generation era. This is the first generation. So what you're going to essentially be having is 1 Pot of Greed with other cards like Chicken Game and the spell card that mimics Chicken Game. And that's just going to be your first part with... you can also have Chaos and Dragon, Envoy of the... ending, I think, and that card is a beast. That card is a game ending, and they called this is essentially to Konami the most powerful cards, as they quoted. And these are just some of them that you could use, and it's really cool because now you finally get to use Pot of Greed. And that's about really it. You can't use any other effect monsters other than the ones that they have limited down for you. And that would be like, it's really weird, but they call it the most powerful. And then when we get to the second era, we have the Stratos, just pure Stratos out right here. What I would just do is just run all 3 Stratos, just bomb, just reinforcement. They got also Future Fusion in the second era, which is really cool. But they took out a lot of the fusion monsters, which is kind of weird because what's the point of having 1 of this with removing 10 fusion monsters like the Melodious and other cards? Kind of crazy. So essentially what you're going to be looking at is just a search infinite Stratos game. And that's all really I can think about. There's no synchros and there's nothing, no XCs in it. It's just normal cards with fusion, and that's your only option. And by using this, you might build a deck that's worth hundreds of bucks and you could just win a mat. Which, it doesn't seem worth it. It's fun if you have the deck already prepared, but it's kind of late. You'd really have to be from a while back and keep everything saved up. And then with 5Ds, you're looking at just synchros. So, triple Archfiend, Street Patrol to get Archfiend, and Barriers. Really awesome cards. I remember when I used to use these. These are amazing. This would be the deck to get 7 monsters on the field with really cool cards. There's no XCs in this era. This is going to be your just Synchro era, no Fusion, which is weird how they would just take everything else out. But they have made certain different new rulings on certain things. So you get to use just things that were really popular back then. There's not many options from... Go and get Brionac and Trishula at 2, so those are going to be your top 2 to get out, so you're best off running some really rank 1 tuners with your double force to be special summoned out. And then we get to the 4th era, which is just, you get to finally use Shockmaster and Lavalval Chain just to keep the cycles going with everything, and triple Lexicon Knight, so that should be awesome. You're gonna be just seeing a whole bunch of this. Now the deck I would use for that form that I do have is I would just use Evil Storms because it's rank 4 spam. If you're gonna just use XCs, which is the only thing that's allowed in that format, it's a rank 4 spam deck. I have it right here, and I would just, if I was gonna join that tournament, I'd just go triple Lexicon Knight and just double Shockmaster to go for games, because this deck is really beast. It's really cool, and I love Evil Storms. I've always kept these Evil Storms, and I always will, because this is one of my favorite decks of all time. And you just go for rank 4 spams. Every card in here is to get you rank 4 spams, especially Korekion. He banishes 1 and gets 1 to your hand for an extra normal summon. So with him and Caster out, you're looking at a triple summon. Triple summon, you're gonna get out your Shockmaster, go for a game, push the game, win the game. That's essentially it. The 4th era is something that's gonna be a little weird, but it's a really complicated process right here. What we're gonna be seeing as the most overpowered, or technically called overpowered cards out. And then we get to the 5th era with what you're looking at as the current ban list. And you don't have any options for this one because the best decks right now, you have Cosmos, you have Monarchs. That's it. You're not really gonna have much of a limit, and it's really expensive to buy cards like the ancient knights. Those the PK Fire deck is really expensive. So what you're looking at Monarchs being one of the decks that's probably going to be used for this format, and I do have them right here. They are really, really good. They can beat my Cosmos, and Cosmos are worth around probably like 150 for core if you're getting Joes, and if you're getting ladies. I don't have ladies. I haven't worked on this deck in a while, but what you're looking at essentially is you're going to be people using just Monarchs or Cosmos. And then I would just use Evil Swarms, just rank 4 spam, you know, the shit out of my opponent. And then go for that Xyz Reborn plays, dominate. And then if I was going to use the Usayer, I would just go for Infernity games. Just wipe the whole game out with Infernities. And Stratos on the second era, of course, just Stratos spam. Really awesome card, love Stratos. And then for the first, I would do the Exodia deck. Exodia deck would be really unstoppable, especially with that extra pot of greed thrown in there, because it's a really great card. But other than that, all things aside, what you're essentially going for is a mat. Now, that's something that's kind of weird, because I feel like a lot of people will spend money just because they'll want to join this tournament. They might be really disappointed because maybe they don't even know what the prize is. But it's literally just a mat with just certain characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Era that's inside there. And there's no point of wasting all that money, even to travel. No point of wasting gas money to get there, because you can literally get mats online, custom mat. You get the same custom mat for around 15 bucks. They'll send it to you. It's literally around 15 to 17 bucks, and you could put your own image on it and they'll send you it. And I don't know, I guess people really go crazy for mats. I've had this mat for a little while now. I'm probably gonna get a new one also, so I don't blame anybody for going for those mats. It's really great to have them. I feel like they are really useful. But that's gonna be it for me, guys, and I'm gonna do another opening soon coming up with a deck profile on my Monarchs. They are awesome, and I want to show you guys one of the best decks out here right now that's only worth 35 bucks without Twin Twister. Really awesome deck, really cool, and I'll have the video up there soon, and like if you want to see that. And I'll have this month's giveaway coming up also. Let's try to get the last one giveaway finished, please, guys. We're at 130 likes, and that's going to be the Elemental Hero cards, actually. And I want to give those away, but we got to just get those 150 likes. They're all right here with me. I added a couple more, and I've been getting more cards out, so that's about it. And take care, guys, and see you guys in the tournament, maybe. Probably not. I'll see you guys later.